the class, and unfortunately we're far away from each other. But since I'm stranded in a place that is definitely interesting from a hydrologic standpoint, I thought I'd show you. And I've come up with a 5-part assignment for this week. And the first one is to identify which body of water I'm standing next to. And I'll give you some clues. It's 193 miles from that end all the way to that end. At its widest, it's 53 miles. And even though this looks like the ocean, I'm actually way above the ocean. In fact, I'm 243 feet above the ocean. So I would have to go down a river 243 feet that way before I ever reached the ocean. So those are your clues. Also, I'll give you one more clue. See that shining city in the distance? That's the home of the last team that won the NBA championship. And that probably gives it away. Okay, part 2 of the assignment. I got to get out of the wind. I'd like you to discover how many natural lakes are in the state of Maryland. I think you'll be surprised. Part 3 of this week's assignment. It's not a lake, but it is kind of like a lake, and it is also the big jewel of Maryland, the bay. I'd like you to tell me how the bay was formed. Yes, it has a bunch of rivers flowing into it, but what actually created the depression? How did it come to be? And number 4 on your list of 5 is I'd like you to do a little research, maybe talk to your parents, or you could just get on the internet, and I'd like you to discover, when you turn on your tap, where does that water come from? Is there a reservoir? Is it groundwater? Is it well water? And it relates to part 5, which I'd like you to discuss some of the threats or the things that you worry about happening to these water resources. And I'll go back up here in the wind to illustrate why this is an interesting place to have that same discussion. This big city that's home to a famous basketball team gets all of its drinking water from this body of water. And also, guess where its sewage and wastewater goes into? Yeah, same place. Over here in the distance is another factory town, and same deal. It gets its water from this big body of water, and it also puts all of its waste into it, and it's caused all sorts of problems. There used to be tons of fish in here, and there are not so much anymore. You could include things like pollution, eutrophication, pharmaceutical pollution, whatever you you come across. Okay, those are your 5. What's this body of water? How many natural lakes are in Maryland? What caused the bay to form? Number 4 is, where do you get your drinking water from? And number 5, what are some threats to water resources, specifically drinking water resources in your area? Okay, until next week, have fun, stay safe, bye.